What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming a story time video for you guys. This story time is like terrifying to me, honestly. Still, this happened to me. So I wanted to share it with you guys. It's a little crazy, but it's just one of those stories that people don't believe actually happened, but I sometimes don't even believe it actually happened because it was just so crazy. So if you guys are interested in hearing about my story time, let's get on into the video. Okay guys, so this was set back like 3 to 4 years ago. I was probably like a sophomore in high school, and all I remember was Good Time by Carly Rae Jepsen. It had just came out because I was watching the YouTube video for it, like the channel, I don't know what you call it, to be honest, the music video. I could not think of that. So I was watching the music video for that, and we went to visit my grandparents or to like drop my brother off. My grandparents, I honestly don't remember, but I decided to stay in the car because I had my earphones in. I was watching the video or whatever. I was like super excited to watch it or whatever. So my grandparents live on like one of the main roads in our town. Like everyone knows what road it is. It's just main road. So they have like a window in their kitchen and everything. So my parents were like, sure, you can stay in the car. And I was a sophomore in high school, so I didn't really care. So I'm in the car and they left it running. I was just sitting in the car. I was in the back seat and I was kind of like laid down. Like, you know how like when you were younger, you would like put your back down to almost the bottom and put your feet on the seat behind you. Like, I don't even know why I was doing it, but I was like squatted down like that. And so I was like in a ball watching this video, so you really couldn't see me from the window. So I had like one earphone in. I didn't have both of them in, thank goodness. And so I hear somebody open the door to the car, and I assume it's like my brother, my mom, my dad, and it was on the passenger side door, which was the door that I was sitting on in the back seat. And so I look up and I kind of look in and I don't see anybody, and I see somebody reaching in the front seat. And that is where my mom's pocketbook was, because she had left it in the car. I was in the car, it was unlocked, it was running. And so I get up and I see that it's this person. Like, I don't even know who it was. I couldn't tell you what he looked like, honestly, anymore. Like, I don't remember. And so I'm sitting there, and then me, being the dumb freaking person that I was, I say, hello? Like, what in my right mind was I thinking to somebody that is breaking in to the car that I am in to say, hello? And he lost it. Like, he freaked out. He didn't know, because he didn't know I was in the car. So he's like, oh, hi. Like, I was just looking for a map to go somewhere. I was trying to figure out where I'm going. And I was like, you're looking for a map in the front seat of the car? Like, I was sassing this person right now. Like, he could have like grabbed the bag and ran, like no telling what. So like, I'm just looking at him like I'm not focused. Like, I'm just like I'm being rude, because I was only like, what, 15 years old? Like, I'm 15 years old, sitting in the back of the car. Someone's breaking into the car, has their hand literally reaching for my mom's purse. And I'm just like, hello? And he's like, oh, I was just reaching for a map, trying to find some directions, didn't know where I was going, I got lost. And I was like, okay. And then out of nowhere, like I said, there is a window in the kitchen of my grandparents' house that faces the road, so you can see the car in the driveway. And they happened to be standing in the kitchen when all this was going down. And so my dad looked out of the window and saw that somebody was breaking into the car with me in it. So he freaks out, and like, praise God that they didn't just try to take the car altogether, like with me in it, because I was just in the back seat. Clearly they didn't know anybody was in there. He could have just as easily went to the front seat of the car, opened the door, got in, and drove out with me in the car. So I don't know what was going on, but out of nowhere, my dad comes running out of their garage, because you go in my grandparents' house through their garage, even though they have a front door. So he comes running out of the garage, grabs this guy, like comes over the door, grabs him, throws him down on the ground. I'm in the back seat, like my heart's racing, because I'm like, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. And he is like trying to hold him down, like my dad is. And I mean, he's like a young guy, like he's 20 years old or in that range, don't really know. I just remember him being young. So he was a lot faster than my dad. and we're on a main road. And so my mom comes out, they're yelling at him, like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm looking for a map, like the same excuse. And they're like, oh yeah, so they're like, not language appropriate for YouTube. They're yelling at each other, it's crazy, and he can't hold him there. Like they called the cops. We were like, yeah, someone tried to break into our car. It was outside, my daughter was in the car, and they were like, can you, so they put me on the phone. Like I remember them being like, oh, you're gonna have to tell it, you know, tell them what happened and all that stuff. And so the cops are like, but this time the cops were like, do you still have him? And he like ran off. Like my dad couldn't keep up with him, like he's gone, like he just went running down the road. And we kind of knew what he looked like. We remembered, we told the cops what he looked like, what age, what he was wearing, stuff like that, because we couldn't just hold him there. I mean, there was no telling how long the cops would take to get there. So he's gone. I'm freaking out because I'm like, I'm gonna have to like give a statement on what happened. Like I'm 15, I don't know what's gonna happen to me. Like I was freaking out, I don't know why. So my car, or our car, got broken into while I was in it. Like, okay, what? I'm like, did this just happen? Like it took forever for me to process what actually happened that day. And literally a little later in the week, my aunt's house, somebody had been siphoning fuel out of their cars, like out of their work trucks, because they own a business. So they were like siphoning the fuel out of the work trucks. They got a glimpse of him, was the same person, and they were like asking me like, oh, did he look like this, this, and this? I'm like, well, they saw him too. Like they ran outside. They are the one tackling him. I'm just in the car. I'm freaking out. My parents are like, oh my God, are you okay? Grabbing me. And I'm just like dumbfounded that this actually happened, because you honestly never think it's gonna happen to you. Like, sure, it's not uncommon for cars to get broken into, but the odds that he broke into the car while I was in it, didn't try to steal the car, didn't manage to get my mom's purse, like he just kind of stopped. If I would, when I said what I said, he could have easily had a gun, he could have shot me, he could have just grabbed the purse and ran. Literally anything could have happened except what happened. I honestly think what happened was the best case scenario, because he didn't get the purse, I didn't get hurt, he didn't get caught, which is not the best case scenario, but I mean, he probably learned his lesson when my dad threw him on the ground. Like, my dad wasn't messing around. And I mean, my grandparents, you know how grandparents are, they're freaking out. They're like, oh my God. So my grandparents are freaking out at this point. They're like, oh my God. So yeah, my car got broken into while I'm sitting in it, and I didn't get injured somehow. So now whenever I go to my grandparents' house and if I stay in the car, the doors are locked. I'm sitting up so they can see that somebody's in the car. And if not, I'm getting out of the car. I lock my car like 4 times if I ever am like driving just to see my grandparents. I literally will be like beep, 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 locking my car, making sure it's locked, because people walk up and down that road. Like I said, it's a main road going to town. And so a lot of people that live down the road will just walk to like the gas station that's right up the road, or anywhere really. People just walk up and down it. So people are constantly walking around, and there's not a sidewalk, so they literally walk through their yard. And yeah, so I'm like locking my car, never leaving my purse in the car because someone could break the window. It was a learning experience for sure, but it was also terrifying. And I really wanted to do a story time because, I mean, like, our house has gotten broken into before, like things like that. So if you guys like story times, I have bukus of story times of ridiculous things that have happened to me. And I love sharing stories with you guys. And I feel like a lot of people, even like in my friend group, don't know about this story, and it's still terrifying. You do not want the car to be broken into while you're sitting in the car. And please, if the car does get broken into, don't say, hello, because that was so stupid. I still cannot believe, I was just like, hello? Like, I am sassing the person that's about to break into the car. Like, oh my God, I don't even know what I was thinking. I was just like in a mood apparently that day, and I just thought like, no sir, like being rude, no, I don't know. So, suggestion, don't leave your car unlocked while you're sitting in it. Make sure you're noticeable. Lock your doors, take everything out of your car if you're on a main road, even if you're not on a main road, because I still don't trust, like, I don't leave my car, my purse in my car. I don't leave anything in my car. My car is always locked, even when it's sitting in my driveway, because I'm just paranoid and we live in the middle of the freaking woods. So it's a learning lesson, but I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys want more, leave this video a like because I've got bukus of them and I love sharing stories with you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the big red button if you want to subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.